The real estate agent stopped talking halfway through the tour. She was staring at the staircase. Then she whispered something she wasn't supposed to say out loud.
That's not how it ends.
The couple laughed. They thought she meant the house was old, or that she was tired. 3 months later, both homeowners were dead, and the house on Marrow Street was listed again. Marrow Street sits in a quiet Ohio suburb where nothing ever makes the news. The kind of place where neighbors wave, lawns are trimmed, and police sirens are rare. Number 1148 looks normal. White siding, 2 floors, a narrow basement door at the back. It has changed owners 9 times since 1986. No one has lived there longer than 4 months. Every owner died. Same house, same room, same expression. Officially, the deaths were ruled differently. Suicide, heart failure, accidental fall, unknown causes. But the crime scene photos told a different story. Every body was found, sitting upright, eyes open, facing the basement door, hands resting calmly on their knees, as if waiting. The Millers moved in during the summer of 1986. 2 parents, 1 daughter. 3 weeks later, neighbors reported hearing talking from the house at night, multiple voices overlapping, even when the family was away. On the 29th day, police were called for a welfare check. Both parents were found dead in the living room, no signs of struggle. The daughter was found alive in her bedroom, rocking back and forth. When asked what happened, she said, "The house asked them to come downstairs. She was 6 years old." Every owner mentioned the door. It was always locked, always cold to the touch, always felt occupied. One man wrote in a journal recovered later, "The house doesn't feel haunted, it feels awake." He died 2 nights later. In 2009, a homeowner named Elliot Grayson installed security cameras. The footage was later reviewed by police. At 1:33 a.m., Elliot appears in the hallway barefoot. His eyes are open, but unfocused. He walks to the basement door. He stops, and he listens. The audio picks up something faint, not a voice. More like many voices breathing at once. Elliot smiles. Then the camera glitches. At 1:41 a.m., the feed cuts. He was found at 6:12 a.m. seated, facing the door, smiling. One coroner, who later requested reassignment, noticed something disturbing. Every victim had the same abnormality, microscopic hemorrhaging in the auditory canal, as if something extremely loud had been heard, not through the ears, but inside the head. In 2018, the 9th owner, Rachel Monroe, lasted the longest, 112 days. She wrote a letter addressed to her sister. "It was never mailed. It doesn't scare me anymore. It explains things. It tells me I don't have to be alone when I die." The letter ends abruptly. Police found Rachel in the living room, facing the basement door. Tears dried on her cheeks. Investigators believe the house doesn't attack. It convinces. Victims reported hearing conversations that felt personal, comforting, familiar. The house didn't threaten. It invited. And once someone listened long enough, they never wanted to leave. When the house is empty, neighbors say it makes noise, not footsteps, not creaking. Something deeper, like a room full of people breathing in unison, waiting for someone to come home. 1148 Marrow Street is still standing, still listed, still affordable. The basement door remains locked, and every so often, a new owner will sit quietly in the living room late at night, listening, because the house isn't haunted. It's lonely, and it's very good at making sure it won't be alone again.